Hello everyone, kumusta po kayo? I hope that you're all doing good. In our previous video, we already discussed about the requirements and the process in applying for the Philippine 13A Spousal Visa. This time, let us tackle another very interesting Philippine visa, which is the 13G Visa. This is also known as the Balikbayan Visa. How can a foreign national or citizen qualify for and avail of this visa? We will talk about that right after this. If you are new to this channel and you think that this channel can be of help in providing you with useful and relevant information, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell icon so that you will get notified of our future videos. Maraming salamat po. The 13G visa was added to the Section 13 visa series of the Philippine Immigration Act of 1940 by RA 4376, which was enacted in 1965. It states that a natural-born citizen of the Philippines who has been naturalized in a foreign country and is returning to the Philippines for permanent residence, including his spouse and minor unmarried children, shall be considered a non-quota immigrant for purpose of entering the Philippines. Just like in 13A visa, the 13G visa is also based on marriage. If the 13A visa is available to a foreign national who is married to a Filipino citizen, the 13G visa is available to a foreign national who is married to a former natural-born Filipino citizen who is returning to the Philippines for permanent residence. The 13G visa, which is also known as the Balikbayan Visa, presupposes that the spouse who is a former natural-born Filipino citizen is also applying for the visa and the alien spouse is included in the application. Well, it would naturally make sense if the alien spouse would be interested in joining his or her former Filipino spouse in living or residing permanently in the Philippines. But for the alien spouse to apply for this visa without the former Filipino spouse would be difficult to justify. And just like the spousal visa, the 13G visa is also dependent on the subsistence of the marriage between the former Filipino and the alien spouse, such that the termination of the marriage would provide a ground for the termination also of the visa. So whenever you think of applying for divorce in the future or having your marriage annulled or nullified, you have to take this into consideration. You can apply for 13G visa from your home country by submitting your application and requirements to the Philippine consulate situated in your country. Or you may opt to apply for the visa while you are in the Philippines, maybe on a visa-free entry if you are from an EO 408 country, or on a temporary visitor's visa if you are not from an EO 408 country. I have explained this visa-free entry for citizens or nationals of EO 408 countries in this video. I will just put the link up here, or you may find it in the description of this video. Now, let us take up the requirements.
The basic requirements are the following. Report of marriage if the marriage was contracted outside the Philippines. If the report of marriage was filed over a year from application or if the marriage was solemnized in the Philippines, you need to submit the marriage certificate issued by the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. 2 copies of duly accomplished application form, which is FA form number 3. Bear in mind that application forms that are incompletely filled out will be returned to the applicant. Valid passport whose validity must extend at least 1 year beyond the length of proposed stay in the Philippines. The original passport and 2 photocopies of the passport must be submitted. For 2x2 size photographs taken within the last 6 months. The applicant's signature must be affixed on the front side of the picture. Medical certificate, which is FA form number 11, accomplished by a local physician. All supporting documents must be submitted in triplicate or 3 copies. A chest X-ray in CD must accompany the certificate, together with the results for the following tests: 1. Stool, ova or parasite and occult blood, 2. Urinalysis, and 3. Complete blood test, blood serology and chemistry. Apostilled Local State Police clearance obtained within the last 6 months. The original copy and one photocopy must be submitted. Proof of financial capacity such as traveler's checks, latest printout showing statement of credit card account or accounts, latest printout of bank account statements, ownership of real estate properties, and other documents showing the applicant's capacity to financially support himself or herself during his or her stay in the Philippines. You will need more than one type of proof of financial capacity. Personal appearance of the applicant for an interview by the consular officer. Payment of immigrant visa fee of $150. Proof of former Philippine citizenship of the Balikbayan spouse such as the expired Philippine passport or Philippine birth certificate. And the naturalization papers of the Balikbayan spouse. The visa officer may possibly request additional documents to determine whether an applicant can be issued a visa. Just be aware of that. You may also be required to submit a self-addressed envelope for the mailing of your passport back to you. In the U.S., for instance, the Philippine consulate requires the applicant to submit a USPS priority mail flat rate envelope or box if you have thick documents. It should be self-addressed and postage prepaid as the return envelope.
I strongly suggest that you visit the official website of the Philippine Embassy or Consulate in your country of residence for the specific instructions on how to proceed with your visa application. I hope that you have learned something from this video. If you wish to be notified of our future videos, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell icon. Always remember, ignorance of the law excuses no one from compliance therewith. I will see you in my next video. Ingat po kayo.